See, when I was talking, someone was asking about safety saves earlier, and I made the comment of like saying that like, where would you safety save? I mean, I didn't say this exactly, but like basically, where would you safety save? Because there's no part in this game that's safe.
The Guardian has invaded Britannia, and Lord British has summoned you for your final adventure. Surely you will not go adventuring without clothes.
I gotta get to the journal before I start
the
the run.
bathroom through the other door. In order to view your surroundings, simply move your mouse.
Alright.
If you wish to move, press and hold the right mouse button.
I mean, they single-handedly destroyed this entire franchise, so...
Avatar, arise from your slumber.
I mean, the thing is, if you save at the beginning of dungeons, though, some dungeons are like tens of minutes long, so you're still gonna lose tons of time in a speedrun reloading and going back like 10 or 15 minutes to the beginning of a dungeon. So
press and hold the right mouse button. You can also use the cursor to interact with objects. When you are close enough, you still have much to learn before you travel to Britannia. Visit the training area on the northwest side of your house. If you wish to use the object, click the left mouse button. For my next piece of counsel, left click.
sit on the chair, sit on the chair, sit on the chair. Are you gonna sit on it?
Greetings,
Oh yeah. That's the way to sit on a chair right there. Never know. Are you gonna get them to sit in the air or not? It's pretty consistent. They sit in the air a lot in this game. Alright. But heck.
Go now.
I mean, they're basically an example of a company that's in it to make money. Like, they don't care about the franchises or fun or whatever just makes money. Like, that's all that matters. Like,
the Guardian obviously knows you are here at the bar.
Even as in the industry, that's just a well-known fact. Like,
you are now vulnerable. There is also a chest of equipment in the corner.
They don't take risks. There's no need to. They don't want to take risk. Risk costs money. Oh gosh, what? So 80% of the world likes football and football. That's another way of saying that sentence. It's kind of like Call of Duty is in the same boat, right? Just rehash the same game over and over and over again. It might as well just be start putting numbers at the end of them that mean the year. Like Madden 2020, it should just be Call of Duty 2020, Call of Duty 2021. Like, they should just be numbers at this point. They're effectively the same thing. Like, print them out, people will buy them. Doesn't matter the quality of them. Just rehash the same thing over and over again.
I have taught you all that I can, Avatar.
Oh yeah, The Sims.
But you still have much to learn.
Oh, I liked that franchise when it first
Once
came
you
out.
step outside these doors,
But again, that was owned by a different company when it
your
first came out,
enemies will be
Maxis,
nearby.
who they also bought and destroyed.
Wait until you see what I have done to your beloved land. You and I will have.
I loved Maxis and Origin back in the day.
What?
They're two of my favorite companies.
What? There is
Sims 4 has some cool stuff, but it definitely went downhill in a lot of other ways. I know a lot of people who just play Sims 3 because they prefer it over 4. It's got some improvements, but it also has some negatives. What's up, Mr. Video? The author, founder of Epic. I mean, that happens. A lot of people will run through. I mean, there's a lot of people who've made a lot of bad games. It's like actors, right? Actors will be in a lot of bad movies. Like, even really famous big actors will oftentimes have been in, like, some bad movies. Especially earlier in their career. It's the same with game dev. There's a lot of game developers who have worked on some bad games. Heck, I've worked on some bad games in my career. Like, okay, alright, cool, bat. Thank you. Stop. That's awesome. I mean, that happens though, like, you can't really judge a dev or a dev team by a game they made. Maybe consistently by a lot of games over time for a dev team. Not for a dev though, it's really hard to say. But like, I mean, the variables on like how much money they had, how much time they had, like how pushy was the publisher, did they have QA? There's so much politics around it. Yeah, that's a very good point right there. Doom and Daikatana. Great example of some massive swing in quality levels. Alright, the rat is in the middle of the room, so I'm probably gonna have to kill him. We get a key from the nest in the middle of the room. Need that. Daikatana. It was probably a reason you haven't heard of it. It's the classic tale of a company that spent way too much money and time not making a game. Somehow ended up with a mired, broken development cycle and a completely broken game. Oh my gosh. Alright, fine. And then it teleports. Are you gonna ever stab it? That's an interesting concept there about the bands. John Romero was a huge part of Doom and Quake.
Pull the lever! Help me, please! Quickly!
Only was an alright game. I wouldn't call Only a stinker. But they have famously made some really weird stuff. I mean, heck, even Epic made some really strange games early on in their time. I actually really like it Only. I thought about speedrunning it actually. I have nostalgia for that game. Well, Yola died. I guess Yolo doesn't get to live in this round. They never brought their second dialogue up. Like, if they bring their second dialogue up, then we can save them. But if they don't talk to us, we can't save them. We just die. Oh well. You had a good run, several games. Yolo's a classic character that comes back in a lot of the games, and they're corrupt there. And you get an option to show them mercy and uncorrupt them. That's what you're supposed to do, you're the Avatar. But we didn't get the option, so they just died. I mean, that's probably good though, Claire. If you're enjoying it, don't force yourself to speedrun. I find that I just like it running and route. I find that I mostly like routing, and then doing a run of a route for a little bit, and then moving on to other games. I really enjoy routing runs. That's one of my favorite things to do. No one did a No Major Glitches run this, so it just felt natural for me to do a route of it, considering I've run so many other Ultimates at this point. Oh, I forgot to split again. Of course I did. What's my goal on this? Whatever feels comfortable. My last run was a 350. 330 is absolutely doable. We'll see whatever time I get on my next run. I think it's going to be sub 330 by quite a lot. Probably even maybe 320. I think a sub 3 would be doable in this game. With a lot of practice. I don't know if I want to push for a sub 3 though. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna run it until I get tired of it, I guess. Which won't take long. Basically just enough. I like to run games just enough to like where someone who would want to come and like, actually run it would need to put in some effort to actually like take a record. That it wouldn't just be a free for someone to come along and speedrun the game and get a new world record. They would actually need to put in effort. And if that's the case, then I know I've done a good job routing the game. Like, because then someone else needs to come and do better. No, I won't play first-person shooters on my stream. No first-person shooter rule. And try to do anything. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I used to play that game all the time when I was little. I really liked GoldenEye. Even with its weird as heck controls. A Sherry focused game. No one's made a game Sherry focused only on the mouse. I think someone was mentioning the Adventures of Iolo in here the other day, saying that would have been interesting in, you know, kind of in jest to another thing, but like it made me think that it would have been very interesting to have like story games from the main side characters in these games, because they show up in tons of the games, so why not? Like, could have been kind of cool. The universe had a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think that it can be on. It depends on what you want. Do you want the administration or do you want the
That's pretty awesome, Claire. Bad game shows.
The bars I think the AWS regions, they're more for like CMI.
Oh, I mean, I imagine it's really difficult to go back to it now. I don't doubt that in the least. Not at all. It's completely believable. Well, the rain. I guess we got some weather coming in. Rain's coming early in this run. So weather's completely random. Looks like we're gonna get some rain now. Yeah, that was true, I think, of Iolo, Shamino, and Dupré. I think they've been in every game. I don't know if Dupré has. I know Shamino has as well. No. No, they're doing work right now. Work from home. Keep going. And every name is. I'm trying to think of if there were. I want to say Shamino has been. Iolo, Shamino. I'm not sure. Maybe Dupre's been in all of them. I can't remember if Dupre's in one. It's hard to remember who's in 1 and 2.
Where are you? Look out, Mayor!
Look out, Mayor! Oh, this cutscene is a thing of beauty. Oh, Pegler's gonna do something. Oh, they're actually attacking. We get to see it.
Beast, sir.
That
You
almost
are
never
safe.
happens.
How can I thank you? You saved me! You, a crippled man. A resident of Pause. Your life
No.
did have worth.
Ultimate Online's
How
not a
can
number
I
game.
Thank you.
Wow. It's actually bad when they kill the rat because we get a lot more dialogue. Ultimate Online is not part of the main series. There is an Ultima 8 and 7, and 7 Part 2, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, 1, and 9. Ultima Online just take place in the same universe. I don't remember exactly where it takes place in timeline-wise, but the whole purpose of Ultima Online is multiple universes, kind of each shard represents a split of the story.
Farewell.
So we lost a lot of time there due to Pegleg actually doing the cinematic properly. Now I'm gonna cheer for Pegleg not completing the cinematic properly from now on. Shamino and Dupré missed the first two. I know Shamino is an alter ego of Lord British. Lord British appears in the game. Talk about ego. Lord British appears in these games sometimes as 3 or 4 different characters in the same game. Like, he inserts himself as multiple characters. He's supposed to be Shamino. He's also Lord British. He's also a character who usually appears in the game. You'll see on 6 and 7 as a character who, and in this game too, who believes they are Lord British and claims to be the real Lord British. He sets up alter egos of his own personality in the game. That's Richard Garriott, that is. So, like, Richard Garriott... Shamino is also supposed to be Richard Garriott. For anyone who didn't know that, you technically have a Lord British in your party. In the other Ultimas. This game was supposed to have party members too, but it ended up being too much for them to do, so they had to make it. Go running, Avatar. Go running. Richard Garriott used to LARP back where I lived. I never actually went LARPing with Richard Garriott. I met Richard Garriott. I never went LARPing with them, but I actually used to work with people who did go LARPing with Richard Garriott.
Yeah, I guess this is to find all of that.
My mouse isn't messed up this time, at least. So whatever happened last time with the mouse is okay. Don't fall in the water. Don't fall in the water.
Speak now the mantra of compassion.
Oh.
What at?
Alright. Learn heal. Okay, it's not where I wanted it, but sure. Let's go there. It's not even close to where my mouse was. I've talked about this before, but you need to be really careful when dragging items down to the bottom of the screen. It's okay with spells, but items if you drag them below the bar, like below where the health and mana is, if you drag them into that area, it just deletes the item. So, and it will delete core items that you need to beat the game, which causes a soft lock. So don't ever drag items too far when you're dragging them to the bottom bar of the screen, because you can just delete them and it's over. We had a run in that way where I drug an item too far and it deleted it. Don't do that. And that's completely reproducible. I can just do it right now and delete an item. There's like no gotcha to it. It's not like, oh, it only happens sometimes. No, it's just don't do it. It will delete it. That is just a flat out. That is just a bug that never got fixed. It just exists. This game is like, it is fun. It's actually interesting. I like playing it. But I think to enjoy the game, you really need to look past the bugs. You really need to kind of look past how unplayable the game tries to make itself.
As I was saying,
if you can do that,
are having a terrible time of it.
and also forgive them for all the atrocities they did the storyline of the main game series.
Yeah. Another drink, eh?
And you're okay.
So I've heard that Tristan and his boys went down.
'Tis a sad
I've heard that Lord British has been trying to locate the Avatar to solve the problem.
The Avatar? He hasn't been seen in Britannia in 200 years. He can't possibly still be alive, can he?
Why not? Lord British is older than dirt.
Well, if the Avatar does come around, I hope he can undo this mess.
Yeah, even
Avatar
new
can't undo
Magency
anything.
is withering away.
How much more can Britannia take?
Here's the staircase we got stuck in the other day. Welcome, staircase.
Let's.
That is 1122 dialogue. It can take 12 more. I guess we're up to 4 times we've heard that dialogue today. So it'll be 4 at least. My gosh. Are you stuck on the tree? Are you legitimately stuck on the tree? You can see how finicky the collision is in this game, because like every little thing causes the character like slide and glitch, and like it's just a constant like gosh. It makes you nervous. You feel like you're about to fall out of the world no matter what you're doing. You're like at any moment now that runs over.
Halt! What's the password?
I think I agree that this is nice for something to send it to you can like the search for the string and like update it.
Cut in the spider web. Alright. Mostly through this dungeon, or I guess it depends, the cave, I suppose. Just this cave. Or I can skip. Oh, I was really hoping I could skip you. Okay. Surely no one was alive 50 years ago. I mean, history even in America is like that, right? People don't even remember what happened 50 years ago in the States. People are like, wow, that's ancient history. And it's like, it happened while you're freaking... Like, somebody you know was alive during that time period. We broke our run in them, but, you know, that's what we do. We're just gonna slide to the... slide where we need to go. Lived through the 90s and it felt like ancient history. Yeah. Yeah, I can relate. Sometimes it feels like yesterday in some regards, and sometimes it's super old. Right, I think that'll start the fire. Are you gonna start burning, or... Oh, there we go. Wait, you didn't die? No. You don't have to look far back to see awful stuff in history either. What's up, Akarasi? Well, we've yet to get a successful run going. The game has been very... refusing to be played, I would say. Thanks! Oh my gosh, I just healed! I just healed! I don't know what I consider to be old. I've never really given, like, the concept of age. Like, I never really bought into the concept of age being, like, a defining feature of someone. Like, oh, they're old! Like, never made sense to me. Or, oh, they're young. Also never really made sense to me. Like, people mature at different rates. And you can have really old people who are super immature and really young people who are super mature, so... For me, it's always been an interesting sort of paradigm about age. I never feel my age, so... Ever.
I've cleared out...
Is there...
I feel like it's hard to relate to people my age, but also hard to relate to people who are older and younger, and then sometimes easy to relate to people older, and sometimes easy to relate to people younger. Like, I don't really find age as a defining thing that's like, makes it easy or not for me to like relate to somebody.
Speak now the mantra avatar. If...
Oh, whoops, that's not a split, obviously.
Feels like the good word is to drag us off of the part that's put together.
I do think there's definitely a huge split though in people in probably our generation where, not generation, just people who grew up and lived during the internet boom before like, get in there. Where we grew up without it and then also with it is a very different experience than like groups on both sides of that. What's up, Rye? 87. Guilty pleasure game. I could see that. Hard game to speedrun. Doesn't want to be speedrun. Likes to crash a lot. Or soft lock a lot. Or anything else that prevents it from being speedrun. Like the cinematic not triggering last time we played the game. Which prevented us from beating this area. We gotta wait for the cinematic to start. There we go. And it was such a short time period too after I figured that was true. What's a paladin? That is the only question that needs to be answered in this game. Yeah, I had to learn a lot of technical stuff. This run is not marathon safe. In fact, the only time it's been run in a marathon was any %, which is the only run that exists in the game. It actually did not go well. The game did not want to be run in the marathon. There was some bad Ultima IX stuff that happened in that run. I felt really bad for the runner, because it was like, we were really hoping the game was going to behave, and it did not. It's so weird. It's really weird. Yeah, when I was learning the internet, I had to learn a lot of technical stuff when I was super young to like just be able to use like any aspect of like being online or PC for that matter. Or make it like. We're stuck. Please get unstuck. Please don't do that after. Oh my gosh. Why is flying so awkward in this game?
Avatar, you seem very irresistible. It's a shame you are doomed before.
Good old DOS. Alright, don't get stuck on a fish. Whatever you just don't get stuck on a fish this time. Don't get stuck on a fish. So like, we've had that elevator both get hit by a fish and reset itself, and then also literally have a fish get stuck in it, which prevented us from playing the game. So, let's not have that happen. What's that mixed bug? Good fish RNG. We've had 2 runs die to the fish and the elevator, so one got stuck in it and one kept resetting it because it kept hitting it as it went down, which sets it back up. Oh yeah, I remember doing boot disc. That was a thing. Extended memory. This is cicada area, by the way. There's gonna be a lot of cicadas, so the next like 10 minutes we get lots of cicadas. Oh yeah, computers used to be really inaccessible. We have to ride this all the way down. Alright. If you don't, it'll break. And we do need to return to it later. Mac. I mean, SimCity 2000 would have been... That was during the time period when the joke about Mac not having games would have actually been pretty appropriate. That would have been during a time where, like, SimCity 2000 was one of the few games on Mac. Which was not totally true, by the way. There were plenty of games on Mac. I think it was during the 90s where that kind of went over to where PC gaming became more of a thing, and Mac became more of a system. Oh my gosh, please leave me alone. A system for like doing graphics design and stuff. And then again shifted in the 2000s, but there was a small time window there where like it sort of waned away from being the gaming system. There were a lot of games on the early, like Apple's early Mac. As games became more sophisticated and required bigger dev teams and bigger budgets, it became less and less likely that people were making games for that platform. $68K days. Oh, 68K modems, wow. I don't think I ever had a 68K. Wait, 68K modem or 68 kilobyte? You mean 68 kilobyte light computers? I don't remember modems ever being those weird speeds. I don't remember. I think there was like the 50 baud 54 or something like that. RAM, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Like, but it was like that's a weird number, so it's gotta be something like RAM. But even that's a weird number for RAM. Oh, the processors. Oh, I don't know anything about Macs back then, so. Wild. I was never like a Mac person. I never went and looked up the back history. I didn't really know anybody who was rich enough to have one at the time, so. Yeah, and a Mac, a laptop from 7 years ago is actually quite usable right now, as long as you're using it for things like the web and stuff. It's not great, but it's definitely usable. That's my sword, thank you. I need that. The game tried to put the sword on the pedestal. Through work, that makes sense. Yeah, we used Macs at school. I remember that.
Oh, right.
Apple IIe's, I think. Actually. I don't think we had Macs. Just Apple IIe's. Oh no. Fell in the water. This is bad. And then we had, later on, we had some sort of 286, 386. Maybe it was 386. I don't actually remember it. I know they were, you could run Quake 1 on them. That's what I remember. I remember being very computer literate, and most of my classmates not being computer literate, including my teachers. Should have ended at 1. Why? It's not called Ultimate. So, like, if you're talking about the name Final Fantasy versus Ultima, Ultima doesn't mean last. If it was called Ultimate, I think you'd have a standing argument. But I think Skolden's just making a joke. Like, I think in a particular case, Ultima, it's not actually in reference to Ultimate, so I don't believe. Could be wrong though. I don't think that's true. They should have named them like they do the Fast and Furious movies. Where it's like Too Fast, Too Furious, Faster and Furious or whatever. They could just be like Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, the Finaler Fantasy. That happens to me a lot after Acid. I end up solving a lot of people's problems that I feel like are trivial. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 were all considered the same. They were all connected. 2 was supposed to be a direct sequel. In fact, the bosses reference each other in the games. Like, the boss in 2 is Minix, who is like mistress / queen to Mondane, and then who was the boss in the first one. And then Exodus was like supposed to be their weird machine, living machine child thing. Also, what's up, Frybars? That you defeat with some punch cards. The ultimate finalist Final Fantasy.
It's definitely more complicated than it's definitely not alphabetical. It's sometimes hierarchical or like super class oriented, but also like I think you think first and then kill and eat instead of eating kill for some reason, and I don't know why. I have like consistency to it, but I don't fully understand.
Oh, I know, I fucking love GOG. I wish GOG had more games on it, to be honest. I wish there was, like, a larger access to older games. We could always go to, like, abandonware sites and stuff for certain. Key, thank you. Minax was just misunderstood. So when you open this chest, a rat will spawn behind you. Fun fact. Ultima knockoff on the in-game gameplay in System Shock 2. I don't know. Could be no clue. I mean, I played System Shock 2, but I didn't know there was a knockoff game in there. I don't even remember that. But it's been a long time since I played System Shock 2.
Are you following like what the essentially like yeah, so they're like
we're further than we have been all day today, by the way. This is the furthest we've made it. Even though this game's on GOG, I still have to run it through a separate program to get it to run. I have to run it through something called DXWin or something until I get it to run it. It's like a Docker program. Just getting this game to run is a challenge.
There's the combination of the diamond operator or an append from technically for this one to which concatenation. But like it's a length operator so like step-ish but like it's kind of similar to in Java.
Doom Eternal.
There's a lot of
I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey was one of the last big AAA games I played.
That's why in a Twilight or by they actually have plus equals
I ended up getting bored with it. I kind of enjoyed it for a while and then it got really repetitive and I just kind of stopped playing. I made it past them, thankfully.
So like the operator together with like the
I have to play like modern games for my job, so I do, but I don't really care much for a lot of AAA games these days. I find it very difficult to enjoy most of them. There's occasionally I'll enjoy one here and there, but it seems to be pretty rare. I liked Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that one was kind of okay. I didn't beat it, but I did enjoy playing it. Yeah, Ultima IX's a pain to install and get through. It's not an easy game to just even run. Talking about needing computer skills to like play games. Back in the day, you still need them to play old games sometimes. Oh yeah, that's true. Virtual machines of old games, or of old OSs. I own Outer Worlds, I need to play it. I get to actually play that one. Here's where we get stuck last time. Alright, we didn't get stuck. Now we wait. Oh.
I think this will only be used for IL2.
I have a giant 30-inch CRT on my desk right now. It's ridiculous.
Oh, sorry, no, this is part of all of the.
I'm trying to get it replaced with a PVM though, but I'm not having any luck getting actual PVM here in Sweden. It's very difficult. because I just want I want a 14-inch PVM again. But apparently it's a pain in the ass. I'm gonna pay somebody. I'm gonna pay one of you to like buy me a PVM. I can ship it to me. Because apparently I can't trust anyone else on the fucking universe to actually get me one. Like I bought one and it was like, oh, it's perfect, it's fine, everything's good with it, and then it shows up and it's like not perfect or fine, it's kind of broken. And I'm like, alright, I can fix that, that's fine. And then like, but it's gonna take a long time, so I'll get another one. So I like order another one, and like that person is like still shipping it, I guess, 3 weeks later. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to fucking get refunds and stuff again. Like, this is a bunch of pain in the ass. Like, a PVM is a professional video monitor. So a third PVM would just be the third that they have. There's plenty of PVMs out there, Skulgan. Like, plenty of PVMs. They were used in, like, all sorts of places. Hospitals, broadcast stations, like... There's, like, massive backstocks of them. So there's definitely not a few of them. You can get your hands on them. It's just apparently they're not very many here. They're very difficult to get up here for some reason. I don't know why. It's the room I always forget about. I remember it this time. I don't know what that puzzle's supposed to be. It's mostly just me clicking until the door opens. What up, Spinix? Alright, this is the first save we're gonna do, because we can actually die here. Alright. Oh, that's a cool accuracy. Yeah, it's probably true cloud issue. Not easy to like have manufacturers make them now. Alright, and again, the last jump, this was pretty tricky, so I'll save it before we do it. We made it, alright. These jumps are actually quite dangerous. They're above lava, so if we fail, we die. And those, you can easily fail on. There are people who do a lot of remastering and like repairing of old, like restoration, there we go, restoration of old CRTs and PVMs. Problem is, most of those companies apparently are in America, so I don't have access to it. It's very difficult to. They usually only do them locally, so like, not like cross seas. So So we don't want to drop the bottles on this. This would be a good time to drop the bottles, but there's a risk that they will cause memory corruption, so we don't want to do that. Alright. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, touch the four corners. Yeah, so you need to touch the four corners for the bow to spawn, which we did, so. It takes a little bit after you touch the fourth one before it spawns. For some reason there's just a delay. I don't really know why. Yeah, I miss my PVM. I miss having one. I love those things. It's one of my favorite things, I think. Oh gosh, it's really warm. It's 32.2 degrees Celsius here. Just 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Right at my desk. Like melting. Almost done with this dungeon now. Bow off. Yeah, it's actually like the heat from the lava. It's like bleeding through the game itself. Alright, don't die here, please. Good. I think I said hello once just now we just wait for the cutscene to start, which is just some amount of time. We must wait. This takes time for some reason. I don't know what is supposed to be happening during that. You just run around.
Gypsy, come here. I sense the presence of an intruder.
I sense the presence of an intruder.
Gypsy, remove this blight from our cavern.
Don't forget to watch your diet.
And don't forget to watch your diet.
Why was there an icon on the screen? Did you see that? Did anyone else see that? For a brief second there? I was not the only one to see a rotating golden ankh there, right? Because that's what I saw. Fairly certain I saw a rotating golden ankh on the screen for a brief moment, and it was very confusing. Okay. I was like, what the heck is that? Because I don't even know. I've never seen that. I don't know what it was.
The only way you're going to leave this cavern is over my dead body.
Here's some sound. It's a really loud sound, by the way.
Especially since there are 3 of us.
You were piercing. Alright, fine. You can let her live and not kill her, but considering I took too much damage here, I'm just gonna kill her. When you start hallucinating hawks. What's up, Dagmire? Oh wait, what? Why is there a cinematic going on here? What is happening? Okay, that has never happened. I don't know what that was about.
So it might not actually be coincidental.
I have no clue what happened there. That was a thing. The camera was just having some time. Like, yeah, if you don't kill her, it's better, I think, but she died. I didn't want to risk dying here, so it's too risky. Oh, I forgot to split back there. Oh well.
Oh, I know what it is. So we want to apply Victor as time, but this is applying as Victor as time, so this is empty time. So you can solve this with, I think you can do $1 actually. I think $1 is not even enough. But yeah, if you just add $1 here.
Floating mushrooms. Whee! This game has got a lot of glitches. Kids like, my dad needs help. I don't have time. I'm the Avatar. I never have time to save people. What do you think I am? Like a savior or something? A hero? No time. That door, though, has some transition stuff. I like the doors in this have more effects than the teleports do. So this person just sweeping the dirt.
Safe travels today.
If you talk to her, she yells at you for stepping on the dirt. Because she just swept it. I mean, I guess sometimes you get teleporter functions like that. You do sometimes get effect. Not all the time, though. Oh, you mean from the screen, though? Yeah, the screen just doesn't. A lot of camera cuts in this game, too. What's up, MTI? Oh yeah, the tennis is back. I didn't even notice. I completely missed it. Avatar will do as they please. And what they please is apparently not saving people.
Good idea, sir.
No, that fog effect just green. This city is just kind of green.
Oh! Oh,
all right.
Now, you will.
Okay, apparently if you kill the boss, there's shorter dialogue there.
Please.
Interesting. And we did just finish the lava part, so I guess it makes sense that there would be the tennis match, the infinite tennis match going. The lava effects in this game, by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, sounds like tennis. And when you leave the lava area, the sound effects for that keep playing. So if you listen right now, you'll hear in the background permanent lava sounds. Oh my gosh, am I gonna die to this thing? No, thank you. Thought that was over. I was gonna lose my boxing match there. It's gonna be over.
Speak now the mantra of honesty.
So we're what, 5 minutes ahead now? I don't know how far ahead we were on the last run at this point. I don't know if this is slower or faster. Probably about the same pace. It's obviously faster than my splits, but my splits are from the first run, not the last ones. We didn't finish any of the other ones.
Avatar, in what?
You go in the bag. Oh no, 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 not in the bag. That's a mistake I always make. Don't go in the bag. You go in the bag. Not in the bag! Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick. Oh. There's an old meme. Oh my gosh, Rose.
Help.
Consider it
I
want to go to 4. Oh, it's so hot. It does. There is indeed a ship section where we get to sail the ship. So after we cleanse 5 shrines, we sail the ship ourselves. And it's an open world game, so you can just sail around on the open seas, like you don't do the cutscene like that, you just sail around. And it has its own music. It's not as, I mean, it's good. It's not like the hoppiness of the previous Ultimas, where like the music for sailing was like really like going. In this one, it's much more chill. And the boat is much more chill. Yeah, it's very slow. The whole process is just slow. Oh, the lava's still going. I guess we didn't fix the lava this time for whatever we had to do. It's just still lavaing behind the scenes. It's the infinite tennis match, apparently. So weird. Nice bug. Alright, here's a bad jump. Let's hope this one goes pretty well. This one can be nasty though. Oh. Nope. Nope. There we go. Hi. stuck on the trees. This is the split we save. We're likely to save 11 minutes on. 10 to 11 minutes likely save on this split. Could be a very good split for us. Depends. But we should save quite a bit of time here. And then next split, also a lot of time, but we don't have a time for the next split. But we had lost a lot of time in our run prior, so this is where we're going to make up a massive amount of time on these splits. I think it was actually more like 5 or 6 minutes on this split, so it'll put us at -11, and then quite a bit more on the next split, so it's pretty exciting now. Oh, and here is the super long 5-minute cutscene that we must watch. So, good time to take a break, otherwise you can stick and watch the cutscene. I'm going to stand up and stretch my legs during this. Be happy.
I have heard all evidence. Does anyone have anything further to add?
Your Honor, I swear to you, I am innocent.
That will do.
But sir...
I said that will do. As I was saying, it has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that Jean-Paul, being the tavern keeper, did purposely and with malicious intent allow one of his patrons to become intoxicated with ale. The defendant did not effectively warn the plaintiff that the plaintiff could, under the influence of the defendant's ale, act recklessly and without thought to personal injury.
But Your Honor...
That will be enough! I find the tavern keeper's actions unconscionable. I find the defendant guilty as charged. Jean-Paul, keeper of the Tavern of You, I sentence you to prison to await your fate. Death by fire.
No, it can't be.
Ah, but it is. The court is now ready to hear the next case. Who brings this case into court?
To proclaim that I, the Sagamon, do bring forth this case.
Very well. Who stands accused, and what are the charges?
Do hereby accuse the pirate wench known as Raven of the willful and wanton destruction of the gargoyle race. To state specifically that she knowingly and intentionally brought down the glorious dome that protected the city of Ambrosia. To drown the inhabitants of the proud gargoyle city. And to further state that to ensure the death of the gargoyle race, Raven did then kill the gargoyle queen, thus making the reproduction of gargoyles impossible. To finally state her most heinous crime. To ensure the destruction of future generations of gargoyles, this Raven did destroy the egg nest. To state that Raven is guilty of all of these crimes, and of the destruction of a proud race.
Defendant, you are charged with the crime of genocide, the willful destruction of an entire race. How do you plead?
Wait a minute, Your Honor. I have something to say.
Silence! I will not tolerate such outbursts in my court. Now, how does the defendant plead?
Does it really matter how I plead?
The defendant will respect this court and enter her plea, or she will be harshly punished.
Still going.
Fine, let's get this over with. I plead guilty.
No. Your Honor, she didn't do any of those things. I did them.
I told you to be quiet. She's obviously guilty. She just said that she is. One more word from you, and you will be held in contempt. The punishment for which is death at the stake. Now be quiet. Raven, this court finds you guilty of the crime of genocide. You are to be burned at the stake until you are dead. You are to be transported to the prison wrong immediately, until such time as your sentence is carried out. Do you have any final words?
Yeah. Piss on your justice.
Very well. You've made it easy on this court to order your death. Bailiff, take her away.
Thank you. All I said was I agree that flying in place looks like it would be quite difficult. And then I said it also sounds like the tennis match is over. Meaning the lava sound has ended at some point. I'm not sure when, but during the cinematic at some point. Maybe at the start of the cinematic. But it's over. Goodbye, lava. Oh, this is exciting. We're, like, getting pretty far on the run now. I shouldn't get excited, because I know it means that trouble then, but... No, no! Oh my gosh. No, why are you not equipping it? Why are you putting it on the ground? Oh my gosh. Alright. Gosh. Thank you. Yeah, do definitely do not get... Don't get attached to a run by any means. Very true to this game. We don't need the second bow, but if I drop it on the ground it could crash the game, so let's just not do that. Don't drop the item on the ground, you might crash the game. That's a heck of a thing to note about a speedrun. It's safer just to keep it in your inventory. Don't play the game, you might crash the game. It's pretty fun, actually. If you save a lot, Claire, it's not too bad. Playing casually, it's pretty corrupt, but it's probably more playable casually because you can load often. You can still get into some bad states, though. But it can be enjoyable. as a casual game still, I think. I think it's tricky to get running though. Not an easy game to get going. Oh, this part is scary. If I fall to the left, it's over. If I fall to the right, I have to do a bunch of crazy jumps to get back up here. Oh, it's not, it's like one, but I have to go to the area to do it. But if I slide down to the left though, it's completely over. Alright, we're good. No. I mean, this game was before Bethesda was like making hit games. This existed before Morrowind. Like, this came out a couple years before Morrowind. I think Morrowind was 2001. This was 1999.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I did it wrong. Oops. I don't know why. Just press the wrong buttons on the dialogue. Yeah, well, Daggerfall though wasn't like the height of Bethesda by any means though either. Not a lot of people remember it finally, except for the people who played it. Morrowind was the first game that was a true breakout game for them in that series. And yeah, Daggerfall and Arena were both super buggy games. I mean, heck, Morrowind was pretty buggy, but it got attention and love and dev time and money and good marketing, none of which this game got. This game was kind of released and forgotten. Oh, don't do that to me. You may be wondering why I'm running sideways, but we run 20% faster sideways, so it's good when dodging enemies. It's a tiny boat. Just a little automated boat sequence. You don't need to take this boat, but it is actually faster than swimming here, so. And we do actually have to have Vassal Realm spawn there, otherwise they won't spawn in the courtroom, so they'll never clear Raven's name and you'll never get the ship, which means you can't beat the game. So. Yeah, this was back when UV mapping was still really hard for textures, so like, there are a lot of stretched textures in this game. That was a very common problem back then, I guess. I had lots of problems with UV maps back then. World coordinates weren't really a thing on texture maps yet. Some really modern techniques now that like do some cool stuff to prevent that sort of thing. mean, it did a lot of stuff that was really cool for its time period. Oops. This is why we equip the fire spell. We need it right there to do that puzzle. Because you can't attack those webs with your sword for some reason. Doesn't make sense, you just can't. Yeah, Draken had a lot of interesting stuff. There were some hidden tunnels and stuff. I love the Draken too. I mean, I just did a run of that as well, obviously. An NMG run of that, not too long ago. That game though was like more linear in the sense it wasn't truly open world, kind of semi-open, more open areas, like levels. Wait, did I flip the gate switch? Couldn't tell. Yeah, I think so. They're like an engine. They're like an an enemy from Ninja Turtles. Or like, I don't know, Indiana Jones or something. Spinning this tab. Just stab them. Yeah, that's cool. Stab.
Yeah, right before the thing.
I've been looking to see what my next speedrun is. I'm not sure. Any thoughts? What would people like to see? I've been looking at stuff, but I'm having difficulty deciding what my next game is going to be. I'm not quite sure. It's the same 3 lines over and over again. Boy, that gallon strip cell 17. Oh, I'll show my boss. Blah blah blah. Like, same 2 lines. I think that might just be 2 lines over and over again.
Alright.
Nah, I got 1 and 2 left to beat. Or to speedrun. And Ultima 7 Part 2. Yeah, your character just coughs a bunch in this zone. It was actually a bug in the original game where that coughing just happened all the time in the game. You were just constantly coughing when this game released. So they had to fix it. But it's still present in this dungeon. The character coughs. This character won't move if they are not visible or extremely close. Did you click? Alright. Yeah, I don't remember many reviews saying it was a bad game. I remember just a bunch of them talking about being broken, but... They should have called them coughs. People call them efforts as well. It's like another term that people use. Efforts. For the like, sounds. That sort of thing. Oh yeah, Raven, the love interest. She's important to the plot. Can't click on that thing. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny valve in that tunnel that we have to click on. It's very difficult to see it.
Well, of all... Well, what is... No, now...
Yeah, it was originally built to run on a 3DFX, I think. Which is another reason this game is kind of marred by so many issues. Is that it came in that time period when there was a switch between 3DFX and like TNT, NVIDIA, all that stuff. Before this, the game originally was written to work on 3DFX cards, and then had to like be retrofitted when they came back to it. Cool, I'm about to get poisoned. No? You gonna let me go? Alright. I think I'm good on everything here. This door opens so slowly too, it's very painful.
Oh wow, got it.
Prisoner, stop right where you are.
So if any of those guards touch us, by the way, like touch us at all, then we get teleported. We get all our stuff removed and we get teleported into one of the prison cells and we do a breakout sequence. So we definitely, why we never want to touch any of the guards in that section. Yeah, and the fact that this game got paused during development, so they had to switch dev teams and like engines and like all sorts of stuff during it, and then also had to change the hardware it was originally made for, like, just a pain. It had to be a huge pain for all the devs. Jump. Okay, we dodged the first ice. Oh, 2 more to go. Jump, what? Alright. Or just stand there and stare at each other. There was like a stare off there for a second. Just both like... Yeah, nowadays you usually get a console and you know like what you're making it for and how long it is that you're going to be deving. And like tech doesn't change in incompatible ways the way it did back then. Like, OpenGL is still going to be OpenGL, DirectX is still going to be DirectX. Like, it's not going to massive differences between here and there. Well, not the same as it was. Most things are pretty backwards compatible. Like, alright, cool. We are now almost to the cleansing of the Shrine of Justice. Probably be about 10 minutes ahead. Not too bad. I mean, it'll probably take some hit, but if people keep using things like Unreal and like Unity and other big game engines to make most games these days, which is what most people do, not everyone, but quite a bit of, a lot of games are made on those engines. Those engines will be compatible to everything. You'll just compile it down to what you want and you'll be done with it. So I'm not sure it'll have a huge effect. I mean, it'll have an effect on the dev houses building custom engines or like maintaining Unity and Unreal, but those types of engines will likely do lots of cross-platform support still, as much as they can. Oh, nice. Not only was it 11 minutes and 30 seconds ahead, it's also a gold split. That matches our last run time on this though. When we got to this point, it was very similar. Like 11:20 something. Very close in time. But it's better. No. What? Speak now. There. I wouldn't say it was what they were known for, no. So we need this spell for reasons. We have to use this to get into the Stard. Are you gonna spawn it, or you just, okay, thank you. My gosh. Yeah, I think engines like Unity and Unreal have done a massive amount of help. Unreal 4 specifically, not 3. Unreal 4 and Unity have done a massive amount to like bridge the gap between OSs. What? Now this is going to be important. What is this? Oh, okay. I can wait. Not too bad. Anytime I get a message, especially on something like Twitter, I'm like, oh my god. Like a DM. Because I almost never get DMs from anyone. So if I get a DM, it's like, what's up? What's happening? Like, something's up. Someone's DMing me. Oh, I hope this goes through. It's like getting to that point now where you can start like feeling the run's gonna go through. Like you're like, oh, we're getting there. We're like almost 2 hours in. Got another big thing left. Deal. It kind of does. Shroud of the Avatar is, I need to go back and play it. I only played it during, like, the early aspect of the game, when there was literally almost nothing in the game, and it left a pretty bad taste in my mouth. So, I need to go back to it now that it's actually got a lot more in it. I should not have played that game when I was just so excited. I was like, oh yeah, new thing from the Ultima stuff, ah! But it was not ready to be played. Is there a single player aspect? Is there like a story or anything? When I played it was just like one town, one cave, maybe 2 or 3 quests. It was like almost nothing. Like it was very, very, very little. I was one of those early adopters. Got a very early key to the game. I'm just being chased by a train of mobs here. Oh, we missed. Too bad. Yeah, it was years ago that I tried it out. I should give it a go again and see. Maybe it's much better now. I wish they had just gone back to making like single player style games. Revive this universe. I didn't really want to like... Oh gosh. I wasn't really looking forward to like another multiplayer type game. And it's set in the Caesarea, like, or not Caesarea, it's set into in the Ultima 3 map, which I thought was interesting. Alright, so we will save it here because this is an area where we likely can die and fall through the world and have the game lock and a whole bunch of other problems. So let's do that. Oh wow, so it's not even like Richard Garriott game anymore. Cool, we made it. That's part 1. We have to do that again in a second. The part 2 of that experience. I'm about to get hit by lightning. It's the Ultima I failed to cast sound. Because apparently that dragon's lightning breath sound. The Ultima Online failed to cast sound, that is. Anyone who's played the game will definitely recognize that from your spell fizzling. A new, it really is, huh? From a different group, or? I would be excited to see someone get it. You have to share that in Discord or something. I'm very curious. Alright. Alright, we should be good now. Ooh, also exciting. Alright, let's hope that the guards over here play nice and the game doesn't crash and we don't get soft locked and we get stuck in the floor and whatever else befell us last time we were in this dungeon. There were many issues with this area last time we did the run.
Halt! What?
There was a new old Underworld game that was a Ascendant, but that's actually not on. I don't know if that's on itch.io. That's just on Steam. Yeah, Ascendant is like, oh, okay, hey. Wow, they were very aggressive suddenly. A lot of them. Oh, they do shoot fireballs. I made a comment in the last stream, I've never seen them shoot fireballs. There they go. I guess if you just stay in the room long enough, they'll shoot fireballs. Teach me to drop potions there and I don't need anymore. More healing effect. Like, they just scale things. They love scaling stuff. Alphing things in and out and scaling. That's the strategy in this game. Oh, this room. I don't look forward to this room. This is a room we can die in. This is not a room we can die in. This is a room we got stuck in. We killed the boss, and then we got stuck in the floor somehow. And I don't know how. We just did. Come on. Stretching effects. What's like the worst offender of that, you think? That was a sound. That's a sound. Oh yeah, Super Mario World does like scale sprites. Like, I actually kind of remember it liking that though. Okay, you're fine, I guess. You don't want anything to do with me. I don't need to deal with you either. Thank you, Yelzrak. Yep, we'll see. There was another stuck spot after this yesterday, so guess we'll find out. But we're getting pretty far, so I'm pretty excited about that. There's that sound again. Now we just have a random smack sound that's playing every so often. There it is again.
Well,
oh, hey. These are actually really tough to fight, and I would rather not fight one, to be honest. Come on in the room. Come on. Of course I had to be stuck in the room with the fireball thing. Oh no, it was bad. Keep running. Alright, we're good. Oh my gosh. Terrible. There he is, scary.
What?
Cowardice +1. This is the dungeon for Valor too. We're supposed to be proving our Valor. That's why there's so many enemies in here. Because this is supposed to be the fighting dungeon where you fight things. We try to avoid fighting everything at all costs. Oops, wrong bag. You have to do them in that color order. They need to be those colors on those specific pillars. And then you're good. Time to fight a dragon. And hopefully it spawns on the ground so we can kill it. Alright, good. Sometimes it won't spawn on the ground, and you have to back up and respawn it. It'll spawn in the air, which will prevent you from killing it. And not like flying like this, like just stuck in the air, where its hitbox is impossible to hit. Mode 7. Overworlds. Oh yeah, that was a really common JRPG effect too. Alright, we have to make it through that gauntlet of worm guards one more time. Put this item on this thing. You win. I mean, that was basically the plot of Ultima 6. You just needed to put, like, a bunch of things in a cube, and then put the cube on a pedestal. Oh my gosh. Of course you both had to be here just waiting. It's gonna make it a nightmare to get through this area. Come on, buddy. Oh wow, you're running. Sometimes they run. Oh, there's 3 of them. As long as there's not one in this room, we're good. Alright, we're good. Point and click Ultima would be kind of cool. This is an example of a dungeon where you have to do the constant back and forth and travel through it multiple times. There's no shortcuts. There's 2 dungeons like this that I know of in the game. Always add shortcuts. Don't do this. Especially if your game is already like tens to hundreds of hours, like you're not trying to, like, what's the point? I don't even know if a lot of point and click humor was that funny back then either.
Hold, traveler. Speak now the word of power.
Alright, we finished the start. We are on to the next split.
That's just a one. Which I'm
almost there, everybody. Wait, what? There we go. Keep going. Oh gosh. Oh. Here we go again. And we're walking on the mountainside. Oh yeah, there's a few places you have to type passwords or word of power. That word of power is the same one from previous games to you. You have to type in all the mantras at the shrines, and then you have to cast rituals, which is like binding rituals and stuff, which includes Armageddon in this game as a ritual, as well as the binding of the ritual of life and stuff that's needed to beat the game. Oh, okay, what? Smacked my mic. This is the last big split time, I think. There is honor afterwards, but I think sacrifice is longer. It should start getting shorter after this split. What's up, Zelda Muse? Yeah, like, just give me a second, I want to teleport into this tree limb. Going pretty good. We're likely 20 minutes ahead of time right now. Hard to say, but we don't. I cleared all the splits after the last one, but because they were kind of messed up. But should be about 20 minutes ahead right now. No, I haven't played those. Maybe I played 6. I didn't play 5 that way. I may have played 6 in that regard. but not all the way through. If I had played it, it would have been briefly. It does sound familiar, but definitely not 5. Oh, it's getting so warm in here. It's 33 degrees Celsius now. Still just getting hotter and hotter. Oh. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. There's the ghost ship. The Rogue.
You know...
Nope, wrong way. Wait, did I say Moonglow? Yeah, dang it. We gotta sail one more time, that's unfortunate. This will cost us like 30 seconds, I guess. We're so far ahead though, so it's not a big deal, but... Do it again.
You're where?
There we go. That's where we wanted to go. Ship sailing time. Need that boat music. I don't know if there is boat music for just the fast travels like that though. There will be when we're sailing, but because we actually do get to control the ship after this split, we can actually start sailing it. Well, I guess it's technically after the next split, but the next split is really short. But we will have boat music and free sail option. And we will need to free sail a couple times.
I'm growing tired of you gypsy scum. I will ask you one last time. Where is the lens?
I already told you I don't know where the lens is.
Very well. I warned you that it is unwise to try my patience. Perhaps this demonstration of that fact will jog you.
Avatar was just wandering aimlessly around.
Now tell me where the lens is, or your daughter is next.
Da, tell him what he wants to know.
I tell you, I don't know.
Are you gonna face the right direction, Avatar? Nope.
Blackthorn. Harm the girl and it will be the last thing that you'll ever do.
Avatar! I should have known that you would turn up. This doesn't concern you, Avatar.
Oh, yes it does. Everything about this land concerns me.
Very well. You wouldn't help me, but I'll make certain that you won't help
The
him
cutscenes in this are like
gypsies are a superstitious
watching
breed.
a bad play.
Well, believe this. I pronounce a curse upon this village. Anyone here who helps the Avatar on his quest will be consumed in flames. Mal flam lek. Mal flam rad krump. Manid flam. As for you, I'll meet with you when conditions are more advantageous.
Doesn't need to look at him at all. Let's go into the next dungeon we got. Yeah, just talk in a direction. It's not even in his general direction. Just in a direction. Just talk in a direction. Just talk. Don't even face anything. Just it's fine. One of them screams. One of them doesn't scream at all. The next one screams well past their death, and they're just like an incinerated pile. And the third one keeps screaming, but she lives, so she's fine. She gets back up and brushes herself off and acts like nothing happened. So, Prybar's Ultima IX just retcons everything and throws all the story out the window, so... basically just treat Ultima IX as if they disrespected every aspect of the story from the prior games. And there you go, now you have the plot of Ultima IX. Yeah, they did not do a good job respecting the story, or anything that happened. They do the same to the Gargoyles. They completely ignore that storyline and everything that happened in Ultima 6 and 7. Like, they just throw it all back out the window. All of them retcon the death of Lord Privilege. Wait, isn't that the end of Ultima 1? I don't remember. Why did I grab a skull head? Well, it keeps that skeleton from respawning. Ultima Gradius crossover. Oh, what a crossover that would have been. No. Yeah. She just started whistling Lord Britannia. Thank you. I don't know if that was the avatar or the skeleton, but somebody started whistling Rule Britannia right there. Just tense music and then just like whistle a little tune. Oh, that's good stuff. So this is where it... Oh, it crashed when we put the gear on here last game. We got right here and it crashed. I forgot this was the crash spot. This is where the game crashed. Let's hope it doesn't right now. Crash again.
I wish.
What? Wait, what? Oh no, this is bad. I can't seem to... Alright, there we go. Yeah. It wasn't letting me actually hit them. What? Oops, I loaded the wrong one. Load back up. Oh, it's because it unequipped Gringelet. Of course I can't hit them with that weapon. How did that happen? That was weird. How did that happen? I'm not sure they were chosen for any particular reason. They just were. Well, this is really bad though. I took a ton of damage back there. And you can't heal naturally in this cave, so we're in a lot of trouble if we can't heal. Ooh. I don't remember them saying that, like, I don't remember at all what the plot of, like, how you get chosen as the Avatar. Either just some person who just shows up and starts saving the world. I really dislike this dungeon. It's like one of my least favorite dungeons in the game. I think it is my least favorite dungeon. Are you gonna go down, or are you... Oh, heck. I imagine that, like, a lot of people put Lord British in as, like, a little... like an Easter egg kind of sort of thing. I mean, people do references to other games quite often in games, so... Alright, so this floor we should be mostly safe on without dying. Gonna save it just in case. We're very low on health, and we can't heal here. Potions don't work. Heal spells don't work. No spells work. This dungeon is spellless and potionless. Oh, wild! That's funny. That's pretty good, Kenny, right? Those explosions don't hurt you. And there's ghosts that spawn in this room, but they never seem to do anything. Oh wait, that's not the right way. Whoopsie! Why'd I go that way? Spookity fog. All the spookity fogs. Is the mummy gonna be in the way, or the zombies? No. Guess there's zombies. Alright, we made it through 4. 3. Only have one more to go. Watch out for this spooky thing that slides past me. There it is. Barely saw it at the bottom of the screen, but that minecart slides forward suddenly and then crashes off to the side of the pit. What's up, Mr. Figgy? Yeah, so far it's going pretty good. We'll see if it lasts. I mean, we're in the last stretch now. Probably the last hour. We'll see how it goes. I was saying earlier, I actually worked with someone who worked on this game as a sound designer. I didn't know it at the time though. I learned that from looking through the credits. Being like, what the heck? No way. Total way. Our health is really low, but there's a healing pool down here, so we should be all fine. Everything should be okay. Crystal clear. You drink water from it, by the way. It's underwater, and you drink water from it. Try and make sense of that. Hi, Matt. Hello, hello. Oh. That's how you get gills. So normally you have to deal with the guardian of the pillar, but this one doesn't have a... Unlike the other pillars, it doesn't have a shield in front of it, so you don't have to actually go deal with the worm guardian. I don't know why. I mean, the avatar can hold their breath for quite a while. Olympic class swimmer lungs. What the heck? Not Olympic class swimming speed though. Or maybe they do. They seem slow, but they move quick, I guess, already, so. Oh, I'm excited. We're gonna get a pretty good time on this run, I think. I have a feeling this is gonna be sub 330. What are you doing? Stop running. What the heck? It just wouldn't stop running. Oh, that is a scary jump right there. It's terrifying.
What fool?
Take that, Lich. I did it. We won. We killed the Lich of the dungeon in an epic battle. Now we take the shortcut out of the dungeon. Very, very well hidden shortcut. Oh, I see. I see how it works. You're drowning with the water. Keeps them. Yes. Yes. Very clearly. Whoa. Ugh. That transition is really abrupt and rough. Get on the shore, thank you. Oh, Avatar. When will you learn to walk? Oh. Almost done with sacrifice. This person's about to die.
What?
I was about to really be sad because I was kind of stuck in the bed, and I'm like, oh no, here it goes. It's over. I'm stuck in the bed. Can't go on now. Ultima. They're having a dance party over there.
Speak now the mantra of sacrifice.
Alright, sacrifice is done. On to spirituality. No, that's way off on the side. Like, you can't, they're not even anywhere near a golden path through this game. They're like, east of Britain, on the coast. They don't lead to anything of importance. The road dead ends over there into some mountains. Well, technically onto the cliffside, but...
Speak now the mantra.
But there's, yeah, there's no reason to go over there. I did go over there for fun though, to see the kid.
Well,
Not too long ago. So now we're supposed to be able to sail the ship, but we have to go talk to the Guardian first, because they're going to take control of the ship.
What is...
Oh no! We've been summoned by the Guardian. Whew, it's really warm. Very, very warm. I'm glad this heat wave's almost over. Guess we'll kill this demon thing. I did it. Now I'm frozen. The giant guardian face. Now we get a long series of cutscenes where Sam Hain, who was the employer of Raven, who's also apparently Raven's real dad, dies, but he doesn't get hit by a fireball.
Avatar. I'm glad you're here. Both you and your associate are about to learn the penalty for interfering with my work.
Avatar, tell my daughter that I love her.
Your daughter?
Raven. She...
It never hits.
How very touching.
Never hits.
There. Now that he has been dealt with, I have some business with you, Avatar. Blackthorn, you may leave us now. I would like to speak privately with our friend.
But my lord, I feel that...
I said leave us.
Yes, my lord.
He truly is a worm, isn't he? Oh well. I still need him for a while yet. Then
what are you doing?
Get rid of him. Now, come over here, Avatar. I have something to teach you. Understand yet? Do you see that you can't hurt me? All of your energy, all of the damage that you would inflict upon me is reflected back onto yourself. It's futile, Avatar. You can't hurt me. You can't. Are you beginning to see the
we get to stab the Guardian one time, that's it.
Why do you struggle so if you can't win? None can stand against me, surely you know that by now. Take, for example, your friends in Skara Brae. It's true that they have managed to avoid the effects of my columns, but that is of no matter. If I cannot turn a thing, I can at least destroy it. If I can't deprive the people of Skara Brae of their spirituality, I will deprive them of their lives. Now, think about that as you ponder your future, hero. Your quest is pointless. You cannot and will not win. Think about it, Avatar. We will meet again.
Oh, I have like no health.
Avatar.
Oops. I accidentally did text twice there. That's fine. You really do end that cutscene with like no health whatsoever, huh? thought it was supposed to heal you after that. It's not.
Hello.
It took you plenty of time to talk to me there, buddy. I really thought the game had locked up. Don't scare me like that. Anyone else as nervous as I am running around with like that little health, thinking that every little thing's gonna kill us? I think you can do this here. No? Okay. Yes, no? The chair here, maybe? Okay, the chair fills me back to full health, that's right. And we're done. Alright. I did that wrong. Hooray for magic chair! Wait for the boat to come down. I can't jump over it when it's like that. There we go. I would like to go to Valor, I think. No, Britain. I changed this route, so I need to remember that I changed the route. Oh, we're in the last like stretch. We should be under an hour for certain on the run now. Probably well under an hour at this point. Somewhere between 40 minutes to 60 minutes left in the run. Hoping more towards 40. It's very dark. This is like how dark it gets during rainstorms at night in this key. It's just... There's the Guardian laughing at you again. Just time to laugh, apparently. There was a lot of taunts in Ultima 7 as well. Avatar. Oh, poor, poor Avatar. Oh my gosh, just get on the sheet music stand, please. Oops, put it in the wrong bag. We need to go in there. Oh, just go this way.
Good day, Avatar.
Oh, that was a split, by the way. Ah, heck. Oh well. Now we get to go do Valoria. And then from Valoria we get to do Trinsic, and then the end. So we're approaching the end now. Coming in on those home stretches. Valoria is a really quick set, I think. Not a very long setup to do this section. I'm glad the rain is done, because Valoria in the rain at night is unfun, I would say. Here come the ghost ships.
Where would you like?
I want to go to
Valoria.
And be very careful, because Trinsic will crash the game, so can't accidentally click Trinsic, you can't accidentally type the number for Trinsic, you'll crash the game. Just don't enter Trinsic. If you don't sail the Trinsic, you're fine. That's all you need to know. It's a guaranteed crash. Every time. 100%. Ah. Oh. I did not expect you to talk back, game. Enjoy yourself there, I guess. That was interesting. So we got the Tome of Demonology, which we'll need for the next section.
Who are you?
They want me to kill a dragon.
Yep.
So I did it. I already killed the dragon. That's what we did earlier.
I am sad to say.
Now I need to talk to people. Don't make me fall in the lava. I will be very sad at times.
No.
This cutscene can break sometimes. It won't complete. So let's hope it completes. Because it's required to beat the game. Poor wizard just wants to map.
He is here. But
He's healing. We did it.
You may think you have won here, but let me remind you that my power is greater than yours. All the good you do can be just as easily undone.
Oh,
see
he died.
For yourself, Avatar, and learn.
He's dead.
Oh. What?
You think it?
What?
You? It's.
That's so true, Sky.
I am here.
They're very petty characters, but I guess it kind of makes sense they're supposed to be petty. They're supposed to be the opposite virtues than the Avatar, which would make them extremely petty and
Here it is.
vain.
Here's the sigil. Now go. Do with it what you will, but keep your end of the deal and leave us now. I have fulfilled my part.
But it's very true. Demon gets that tiny little dagger.
I did not believe it would be so easy, but you, Eris, are a fool. Where are your heroes now, Valorian knights? Remain cowering in your burrows, for I and my brothers now possess your treasured Sigil of Valor.
How can I...
Alright, now I gotta go back.
What dear?
Over here.
Come with you.
And we did it. Alright. The dagger with the delayed effect. Forgot there was one just sitting there. I knew I used one here last time. But... Gosh, I hope I did this right. So I had to convince these two knights to fight with me to kill these demons, the demon triumvirate, all at the same time. If we kill all three of them at the same time, we win. And that's what we did. We magically killed them all together. And it's pitch fucking black. Great. There we go. Oh my gosh, it was so dark. So this next part of the run is totally new. I've never done it. I routed it, but I haven't actually done it yet, so I'm gonna be doing this part on the fly. In theory, it's all correct. I've done it in pieces, but never in a full run. Should save us time. Doing the dialogue here.
Avatar.
I don't know what the point of this section was really. Now we're gonna sail the boat. There'll be a much longer boat sailing later for anyone who wants to hear boat songs, but for a much longer period of time there will definitely be a longer sailing. Alright. Now we go for a nice long run. Oh, we finished a split. I didn't even split there either. Heck. Yeah, we're actually on Valor now. We're done with Valor. We're on Honor now. We just totally missed it. It went so quick. Didn't even think about it. One big split. So what it's effectively happening. So yep, we're on the second to last split, and the last split's actually pretty quick. It's a sail and then the final boss fight. So this is the last big split now. We're gonna do one dungeon, Shame. This is a mid-length dungeon, I think. And then we do a bunch of walking back and forth like this, so there's a lot of this going on. And we did it, we talked to the Ghost of the Prey. Oh my gosh. Aggressive. We're running to the dungeon Shame now to wrap that up. It's so we have the Sigil of Valor. We don't need the runes anymore, but we will we need to do all this so we can get the Sigil of Honor. And this actually requires us to go in the dungeon. Most of the sigils we've encountered haven't actually been in dungeons. The Sigil requires us to go in the dungeon to get it. The rune and the sigil are in the dungeon this time. Well, the part of the sigil's in there. It's corrupted and they destroy the sigil and then they have to fix it. What's up, Mofi? Hi. We get some new pants right here. New pants time. Now we can jump twice the distance before. Now we have super jump, which we have to actually get out of the water. And it's faster to just jump everywhere now because super jumping is super fast and gives us extremely long, ridiculous jump distance for one pair of pants. Oh yeah, that happened at the beginning of the run. Normally it doesn't, but apparently every time we actually do a speedrun of the game, it actually does happen. Because Yellow died again at the beginning. Perhaps killing Yellow is the key.
This cult rocks.
What's up, Seaboom, bruh? This cold rocks, nice. Hope you're doing well. Nah, just sometimes he dies and sometimes he doesn't. He just won't start his dialogue sometimes. This one's alright. It's not my favorite dungeon, but it's alright. I really like Ocarina of Time. There's a lot of camera panning in this dungeon though. They love having cameras. This is the camera dungeon. Every room's cameras. Camera, camera, camera. Let's go. I guess it's not every room, but... You can't grab that item with Q, by the way. Kind of weird. Like the hand item, you have to actually pick it up. Like, in non-cursor mode. No, no, no! Okay. Oh my gosh, the thing was like slightly broken. Friday sounds. Ooh. You should keep taking some looks at rooms. It's important. Oh my gosh. Gets stuck in that one for some reason. Alright. Oh, I'm excited. We're nearing the end. It's getting real now. Wall squishes out of existence, as walls are wont to do. gosh, please click the lever. Or don't. I need to click all of them, please. Thank you. Yeah, they don't slide in this game. Like, they rarely use the slide, they just squish them for some reason. It's really weird. Oh, we're like 70% through this dungeon. Yeah, they're very much, slow-moving platforms in this game are like the bane of your existence for certain. Now you can skip this whole section and not do any more slow-moving platforms by jumping over there. And now we wait for some dialogue.
Welcome. Speak now the mantra of honor.
That's it, you just wait a really long time for that to happen. Then you're good. I don't think we need to get YOLO to talk there. I don't think. Do we? Sometimes you get the dialogue, sometimes you don't. I don't think so. If we needed it, then we're screwed, but I don't think we need it. Give me the sword. Or don't. I think as long as we have the chalice, we're good. So we're supposed to see Blackthorn in that room destroy the real Sigil of Honor. We just bypassed that altogether. It's like, cool. I don't think you need it to get this dialogue up here. I'd be very sad if you do. Well, I'm fairly certain you don't, though. But now I'm like doubting myself because we don't make it to this part in the run very often. Alright, so yeah. They recognize that I have the chalice. That's good. I have a lightsaber that just insta-kills everything now. I'm gonna save it here because I have had it crash in this room. Not consistently, but it does happen.
You come here, you living weaklings. You are the ones who want.
Yep.
Synovia,
Stuff,
get me another
words and
mug of that
things
fine beer.
going on there.
And pour one for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, funny enough, this character, like, one of these doors is locked but the other isn't, so you have to actually get a key to unlock. Well, you have to open the doors, you get a key to unlock the door, but like, it only works on one of the two doors. So if you don't know that, you can walk up and click and be like, oh no, it's still locked, what am I doing? It turns out it's just bugged.
You come here, you living weaklings. You are the ones who lost.
Cool story. Ghosts are like, nobody ever lets us just talk and tell our tale.
Hello.
Alright. On to the last part. Please, let me once just finish my monologue. It's like that scene from Labyrinth, where like, the head is constantly like, beware, beware. They're like, shut up. And they're like, but it's been so long. They're like, oh, but don't expect us to listen. Oh, no, no, no. Like, I love that scene from that movie. It's a good movie, though. Alright, here we go. Final battle. It's time. Oh, that's a big den.
Spiders! They're everywhere! Look out! Thank you.
Wait, what?
Go.
But we're not done. Oh, now we're done. Oh my gosh, just... Oh, it's dead. Alright.
Is this
Alright. Good thing I can see in this pitch blackness. Almost there. Coming up soon to a theater near you. Oh yeah. Now, we return to the ship and do the last split. For what it's worth, I don't think the glass sword is worth taking with us. It doesn't kill anything in one hit in this game, so... like, using it to fight the Spider Queen there didn't feel like it did anything at all. Alright, Raven. Let's go to Moonglow.
Where?
Moonglow.
Who's ready for the last split? Or the last bit? Here we go. Come on, let me sail. Manual sailing time. Let's go. Now you get to listen to some nice sailing music for like 2 minutes. Oh gosh. And the run is almost over. Looking towards the end game now. We sail the Turpin, we jump over a wall, put the 8 sigils on the 8 pillars, type in some text, put some stones in the middle of a circle, type in some more text, and then we beat the game. Mavis Beacon. Mavis Bacon? Oh my gosh, I don't remember her name. I didn't learn any typing through Mavis's, so I already knew how to type by the time Mavis was a thing. So I don't know their name. I was gonna make a joke about that this is teaching typing because we have to type a bunch of stuff, but then I realized I don't actually know. What is going on with this collision? What the heck? Beacon. Mavis Beacon. Teaches typing. Mavis. Mavis teaches Mavis. We do sail over a sea monster right here. You can see them in the water. Or we get stuck on the sea monster. Can you not get stuck on the sea monster? Oh my gosh, we're just like bouncing around like a little potato. What are you? Come on! Oh my gosh. Here's a way to lose a split. Get stuck on a sea monster. Alright, you know what? We're done. We're done in the ocean. We don't need the ocean anymore. We just run there at this point. Look, I would like to not die before I get into the last split, please, game. That would be really nice. Cool. What a time. Could you imagine the run dying right there because of a sea monster? Oh my gosh. This game, it won't let up. It just won't let up. It's like... We don't get to see what happens to the ship. That was it. Fun fact, you'll see the Guardian off to my right here sometimes. They're just, like, not supposed to be here in this room right now, so they're just like, we're summoning them, but they're already there. It's like a glitch, where they just appear, and they just hang out in the room. Come on the pedestal. On the pedestal, thank you. See, they're just hanging out. Oh, that was loud.
Magus, speak
Wow,
now
that was
the
incredibly
magic
loud.
words of life.
So the Guardian just hangs out here. Just watching us do nothing. But wait! Who was behind the curtain? It was the Guardian all along.
What have you done?
I brought you here to finish you off, Guardian.
Still haven't learned, have you? Anything that you do to me happens to you as well. You and I are one. We're connected. The only difference is that you are weak and you care. I will dominate because I don't care. All of Britannia and anything else that I choose will be mine to use and destroy as I see fit.
Oh my gosh, I almost deleted a black rock by dragging it off the bottom of the screen. Can you imagine doing that in the last split? Oh my gosh. Woohoo! That would be amazing, Phoenix. Absolutely amazing. Hey look, Dupre's back alive. I don't know how that happened. There they are. Some form of magic brought them back. There's a cool cutscene of like the pillars exploding
Right
there.
now, even as we speak, your columns are being cleansed. They're being turned so they nurture the virtues rather than corrupt them.
That means nothing. Your friends are too late. This is all too late. It is impossible to defeat me now.
Impossible. Oh, they actually cast lightning bolt on me. That's scary. Almost there. We have one more piece of black rock to place, and then we type in some spell.
Too late, you say? The moons didn't collide. Their orbits are no longer decaying. Face it, Guardian. Everything that you set in motion, we have reversed.
No! That's impossible. Your friends have
Magus,
only temporarily forestalled
the magic
their fate.
words of Armageddon.
Up, here we go. We gotta walk into position. And that was that. The game will crash, because it does at the end. It just crashes. So I'll play you the cutscene that you would see. Ta-da, here you go, this is cutscene. That is Ultima IX in 3 hours and 22 minutes. That's a significant time shave off our last one. I knew that we would get sub 330 on a really good run. I don't know how far down we can push it. I suspect with really good running and lots of practice, you could probably get this to sub 3. Just a lot of good RNG and good there's other stuff. Oh yeah, there's a cinematic. You kill yourself by casting Armageddon, which also kills the Guardians, but they're your other half. They're your evil half. And then I guess you blow up the sky or something. I don't know what happens here. Destroys all the columns, but instead of massive wave pushes across the landscape. But you're supposed to have ascended, I suppose. Here we are, we have Raven and Lord British looking through the remains of the castle. What a crown. There's an Ankh here. Amazing! And then you get to hear the amazing credits music, and I'm sorry for this part. Alright, while this is going on, I'm gonna DRE stuff. Give me a moment. You prayed dead again. Oh my gosh. Alright, thank you for the GGs. Thank you, Cloudishu. Thank you, Mixbug. Thank you, Mr. Figgy. Thank you, Sylvander. Thank you, Brybars. Thank you, Matt.